Alright, welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review Episode 119. This is our viewing the 1000th, and I believe this is the 8th episode of the series, Out for Revenge, Part 2, and the 1074th chapter of the manga. Which, I'll get this one, don't worry about that. Now, first up, the episode. Another anime original. Well, technically it's part 2 of the same story, so there's that. So, we pick up where we left off last week, and I kind of felt this up with this. It seems like they're planning on something here. And, that the guy who apparently died off the cliff apparently is alive. Well, turns out that he actually did die. Yes, I have a feeling this might have been a script change. Because maybe it was initially planned to have it where either one, the guy did survive, though wounded. Though the thing is, how can he basically complete his revenge if he's apparently dead? So, they find him buried in a construction site of all places. Yes, a construction site. And, of course, the guy who they're protecting, he's there done protecting, and it turns out, nope, the guy has an accomplice. And one thing I at least got credit though for this episode is that Mori, despite the fact not doing a lot last episode, this one he did. He basically brought up a lot of really good points. He even brought up the suggestion possibly there's an accomplice to Kota. And Conan not having basically his inner thoughts, but even I could agree, this is actually pretty good reasoning. Like him suggesting that there was an accomplice, and, well, that proved to be correct. There was definitely an accomplice. Except he referred to him as Mr. X, because there's no name for him. So, because they mentioned, he'll pay him any money he wants, so bring the money to this particular location. And they get to the location, and, well, they think this one guy might be the accomplice, because he wear like a brace on him. Like, you think, might be a bomb. Nope, it's just a back brace. Look, if he's wearing a back brace, why in the world would he have it outside of his shirt? Yeah, if you're walking out in public like that, I would probably put it under your shirt. Yeah. Now, my grandpa himself, he actually does a back brace, though his has got straps on it. He, of course, has it because he's an older guy, and he does suffer through back problems and knee problems. Basically, men of his age probably do suffer through that. So I know people who've got back braces. And even one of my managers at my work, she has a back brace too, even though she's probably about 10 years older than I am. Yeah, anybody who's got general back problems over the years generally has a back brace. I've had occasional back problems, but not to the point where I need a back brace. Usually, my back's in pain, and usually I have to take some pills. I'm basically perfectly fine for quite a while. And I haven't had my back hurt in quite a while, so I'm perfectly good when it comes to that. So, yeah. Turns out this was a bust. And, of course, Conan decides to investigate who could possibly be. He goes to investigate the couple who was seen at the place where Kotita, I'll let you rest the guy's name, when he fell off the cliff. Yeah, there was a fisherman there, and of course, the neighbors figure out, it's this guy named Otia. Otima, I think his name is. And he goes to see him. And Conan asks, basically, and of course you see him. And there's a pretty woman basically asks, hey, there's a child one that's here to see you. He's like, a child? Okay. He chats with him. The fact he basically was working all afternoon. Seems like he has an alibi. But actually he doesn't. No, he doesn't have an alibi. Excuse me. So, pretty much, and then Conan basically asking that, here's the thing, the guy is basically a fisherman, he basically likes fish, but he does in the morning, he works in the afternoon, so, yeah, and basically, thanks to, of course, Mori finding out about it, too. Everyone thinks it's Mori, but nope, it's not really. And then, this one basically has the pup knocked unconscious and has Conan take out his special bow tie. Yep, at least they showed it this time. Unlike 2 episodes back, where here's the thing. It's like, oh, look, it's more unconscious. How the heck do we miss that? At least this episode, remember, oh yeah, he does do that. Though this time he was quoting like algebra for some reason when he was being conscious with that, so it got funny. And they do it right at the actual park where the guy's death happened. And then basically Conan, Maury via Conan basically explains that pretty much basically like the theory that he found him when he bring him from the river and instead of basically taking him to the hospital, he just allows him to die because he had much time left and of course he got his revenge. And of course it turns out he killed the woman from the last episode, wasn't the actual guy. And basically the evidence was actually in the guy's trunk. As to basically explain all of it and the fact there was definitely evidence there, he admits, yep, he did basically kill the woman and, of course, take part in the blackmail. Yep. It's not a bad episode per se, but it's one of those rare occasions where Maury's writing to be a decent character and actually does his detective skills. Though Conan does a lot of detective work himself, but in the case of what Maury wants to do, at least that the stuff he basically says actually makes sense. Heck, even McGuire agrees with him, which is a bit of a surprise. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, moving on to the newest chapter of the manga. Chapter 1074, The Pursuit of Wind. That's how it's pronounced here. But like a line found. I believe the Earth translation of the title was the Chase of Wind. Alright, chapter picks up right where we left off last week. Where Conan met the beautiful police officer who we met last chapter. Basically explains what happened. The guy was a victim of mistaken identity. He was kidnapped. It was Agasa. He was taken for somebody else. And of course Conan can track him down via his special glasses. And of course, well, she's like, what? Of course, when she sees the actual glasses do this, she's like a bit surprised at this. Like, okay, fine. And of course, basically, he happened to have the car on a skateboard. So basically, well, can't really look at the wrong person. So, lucky enough, she calls another police officer over, has him hand over his helmet to Conan so he can wear that. How you get back? You deal with it. Like, what? Yep. And of course, well, they have him chatting on the badge that he happens to have with him. He chats for a bit, and then of course Conan tells her to stop because of course they discovered something. Yeah, apparently they found the transceiver and they found the badge lying on the road, so they're going to have trouble tracking him. And the fact they changed it to license plate. Yep, they changed the license plate, and of course Agasa's off someplace. Apparently, it looks like he broke off his temple off his glasses for some reason. Well, and of course Conan drives around with the Chizawa. And then Sonoko, Ran, and Maury find an unconscious couple, where they were stunned. And then, of course, Inspector Yazumo, the younger of the twins. Yeah, the thing about him compared to his brother is not very smart. And the thing is, this guy he's like, his brother brings him nothing but embarrassment. And there's even been like one time in the series, these two have shared the screen together. And it was for like the whole thing to prove the whole twin theory. Because the fact is his older twin brother and the younger one is more responsible. Like, they're looking for the kidnappers. They're looking for the same people. Like, oh, long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while since he's been seen. Like it had been a long time since he's shown up in the series. Like, when was the last time he physically appeared in this series? That's a really good question. Let's see if I can find him here. Like, the last time he appeared in the manga, like, the guy didn't appear in that many mod chapters. Yeah, his last appearance part of the story was way back in chapter 858. Yeah, 858. Wow, that was like several years back. Let's see, 858. Let's see, how far back was that for publication-wise? Let's see. Wow, oh my gosh. So, basically this guy has not appeared in the manga for 8 years. Yeah, I wasn't reading at that point, so I just look him online. Yeah, the guy had not appeared for 8 years, so great to see. He was like, long time no see. Yeah, 8 freaking years. So they explain that, oh yeah, went up this with this policewoman was like, yeah, she looks like a beautiful guy. His name Chidia. Like, they'll tell me she is with that child right now. Like, why is he worried about her all of a sudden? So, excuse me, they continue to chase them down. And then, of course, they talk to the police, try to go to the police box and explain about the license plate thing. So, they took it away, like, says. So, basically, next chapter we conclusion to this. Something about an umbrella. Yeah. So, they basically explain exactly what they have that they're going to get to this checkpoint. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, they basically just chat for a while, and it says, "Don't worry, Professor. Wait, I'll save you." And that's the chapter. Yeah, here's the thing. This chapter came out roughly, I don't think it was like last week. I think it was it? Let's see. The chapter was released. Let's see here. Well, the first chapter was released May 26th. Yeah, May 26th. So this chapter was released a little over a week ago, and 1075, which is the conclusion of this arc, that's not exactly been concluded yet. Yeah. But the chapter itself, mostly, you kind of see this chapter mostly progressing on this particular arc a little bit, not by much. But from what I can tell online, the next chapter is going to conclude this arc. Really quick arc. It's going to be. Yeah. Which you're like, really? 3 chapters? Well, it's like the 3rd arc in a row. We've had 3 arcs in a row where they just been 3 chapters and that's it. Yep, really quick. Yep. But not much else to say about this one. I'm going to give this one roughly a 9 out of 10. There's definitely progression on this particular chapter for this arc, but not by much. It's mostly like just a minute later. Like, if you want to think how much time passes by the time this arc is finished up, I'd say probably an hour at best. But it all depends exactly what exactly I'm going to do next for the final chapter of this arc. Now, after this one, the next official chapter doesn't come out until July 28th. Yeah. So, my guess is that chapter 1095 is not technically been translated yet, so I have to wait basically for that. Okay, so that's it for particular review, and that's it for today. So, excuse me, see you tomorrow for Eden Zero. Excuse me, My Hero Academia, One Piece, and Boruto, and of course, combatants will be dispatched. Yes, there are roughly 5 anime coming tomorrow because I did check for dubs from home, and well, episode 4 is coming out tomorrow. Hopefully, we don't have to wait a freaking month in order for episode 5 to come out. Yeah, I don't know why the heck this one takes so freaking long. I have never heard of all the anime I watch. This is the only one that takes its sweet time between episodes. Yep, so until the next video tomorrow. Bye.